Hi, grade 2 Egyptian syllabus, Egyptian new syllabus. Today we are going to resume unit 2 in your book, in your English new syllabus book. But before I will go to our unit today or our lesson today, I would like to say, don't forget to make share, like, subscribe to my channel, send you new videos. Let's go to our unit today. Last class, I stopped on lesson in unit 2, lesson 2. Today, I will resume from lesson 3 till the end of the unit. In this unit, we learn some new vocab which related to numbers. Here we learn how to write numbers and in letters. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we have some vocab. Let's learn it together. We have here ruler, we have bag, pencil, notebook, balloon, and chair. Okay. This is an exercise related to this part. What is this number? It will be here 7. I answer 2 of them, and I will leave the rest to do it by yourself. Here is 7. Here is 4. Here is 7, and here is 4. Okay. Know how to write 7 and know how I will leave these 2 numbers to keep the vocab and then answer by yourself. Let's go to another structure here or another structure of grammar, rule of grammar. Here it will be here singular and plural. As we know during our lesson during the last year in grade 1, we know how the singular and plural. Singular don't put I don't put s to the noun, but plural I put s to the noun, and we use plural for more than one. When we talk about more than one thing, more than one thing, more than one thing, more than one thing, we put s, more than one thing. Like this, more than one thing, like this, this noun. Here we have books. I adding s to books. I adding s to pencils because pencils here more than one. Here we have book singular. Pencil is singular. Chair is singular. Let's continue the rest of the lesson. After I end from our video today, I will leave you the link of this booklet below the video to download it and answer the question again. Okay. Let's go to another one here. Here we talk about verb to have. Verb to have. What is the meaning of verb to have? Have means something is belong to me. He, she, it, take, has. You, we, they, are you, we, they, take, have. Here we say there is a or an. There is, there are. There is with singular form and there are with a plural form. Here we say there is a bag. There are 3 books. Let's do this exercise together. I can see 5 space, a tree or a tree or trees. Here we have 5. So the answer is to be without thinking, trees. I space 1 pencil. I have, you are clever pupils. She has 8 rulers. Why rulers here? Because here 8 is more than 1 and adding us to the noun. There is space 2 students. There are 2 students. There are 2 students. Is a notebook. So here with to be the answer, it will be there is. Okay. Let's go to another item here in this unit. When we talk about something, when we talk about numbers or ask about numbers, we use the how many, the form of how many in asking about numbers. We say how many. Say how many pencils do you have, or how many chairs are there. All these. This is the rule. You must know it, that when we ask about the numbers, we use how many to ask how many. We use how many to ask about numbers. To ask about what? To ask about numbers. Okay. We use many to how many to ask about numbers. Okay. Let's continue the rest of the exercise, the rest of the unit. How space bags do you have? So here it will be how many. How space do you have? How many? Here it will be how many rulers do you have? How many space are there? How many? It will be how many chairs are there? How many pounds are there? There are, you can say here is what, how many, here is to say 3 pounds. Some of you think I can write it in numbers, yes, can write it in numbers, but in English we prefer to write in letters. We prefer write in letters. Here it will be three written like this. I would like to write it in correct way to be clear, be more clear. It will be here 3. There are 3 pounds. What or how I know 1, 2, 3 to be here 3. How I have space books 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will be here. I have 6 books. I have 6 books. Let's go to another item here. Here is a general exercise on this unit, this lesson. Let's answer the question together. I answer 5 of them, and I will leave the rest to do it by yourself as a homework. How or what many rulers do you have? So it will be here how. I have 10 pencils. Why pencils? Because 10 is plural and is more than 1, and I put as to the verb. He has. How many space do you have? How many bags? I will leave the rest to do it by yourself as a homework. Here is we say notebook. Notebook. Here is we have 4. Here we have, here is subject plus verb plus object. Subject plus verb plus object. Let's do it together. Subject, verb, object. I have to be here. I have 2 rulers. I have 2 rulers. I have 2 rulers. I would first of all, how how many pencils do you have? How many pencils do you have? I put question mark at the end of the sentence. Don't forget to make to put question mark if you have a question. If you have a question form, you must put the question mark at the end of the sentence. Let's continue the rest of the exercise. Here we have here bag. Here we have 3. Here we have balloon. Here we have, here is balloon, here is 4. Let's continue the rest of the unit. Here is we have, here is we say, right sentence. So here we say there are 2, I write here there are 2 chairs. There are, right here there are 2 chairs. There are 2 chairs. There are 3 pencils. There are 3 pencils. There are, here we have, there are 3 pencils, and here is we have, there are 2 chairs. Let's continue the rest of the exercise. I have here, we say here, I have three, I have three pencils, this one. How many notebooks do you have? Okay, let's go to another one here. Here we say, I'm Farida. I have a space. I have two rules. I have a bag. Why we put a? A means this thing is singular. So I have a bag. I have three rulers and pencils and space and sorry, not pencils and three notebooks. So here it will be I have a bag. I have two rulers and three notebooks. Let's go to another one here. Here we say bag, there are spaces. What is this? Is it a bag? No, it's not a bag. It will be a notebook here. I have how many pencils here? 4. So I put here 4. There are five what? 5 balloons. Clever pupils. I have 2 bags. I'm listening to saying Miss Iman, 2 bags. Here is bag. Which one is bag? In the middle. Pencil. This one. Ruler. The one in the middle. Let's go to another one here. Here we say, let's count together. Here's talk about counting. Here is the vocals. Here is the phonics A and E. Let's read these phonics. Here we have grapes, cake, lake. Grapes, cake, lake. This called long vowel. Gate, cave, snake. Gate, cave, snake. Let's do this exercise together. What if this cake? So I select this one. What if this snake? What if this grape? Yeah, let's go to another one here. Here is numbers, but 10 numbers. Like we say 10, 20, 30, 40. Here is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. This is when we count 10 with 10 numbers. Okay. Let's do this exercise together. Here is a snake. Which one is snake? This one. Grapes, this one. Lakes, this one. Let's go do this exercise together. Here is gate. Which one is gate? This one. Cave. Which one? This one. Here is I can see a snake. So I put here snake. I love cave. Let's go. Here is 10. Here is, as we know here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Here is, I will write it here. 2 of them, and I would like to keep it to answer by yourself. It's 20, 30, 40. We count 10 with adding 10. 10, it will be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Every 10 numbers. Here is when adding 10, it will be 60. When we add 10, 70. When we add 10, it will be here 80. When we adding 10, when we add 10, it will be here 90. And here it will be, when we add 10, it will be 100. Okay. Now we know how to count 10 numbers with 10 numbers. Let's go to the view on this unit. In this unit, we have some vocab and some important structures, grammar we learned in this unit. In this unit, we learn circle, square, triangle, green, blue. Here is, we know numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We know here in this unit, we know the singular and plural by adding s to the noun. We know the short vowel and long vowel, like dog, box, fox. Here we have long vowel like cake, lake, cave, kate, and snake. Let's do this exercise together. Here is cave. Here is sun. Here is gate. Here is fox. Let's continue the rest of the exercise here. I have 5 books. She pays 2 bills. She has. I can see 3 chairs. My brother has 1. Here is 1. As we know that singular, don't take S. It will be here pencil. There is 1 space, 1 board in the class. Let's go do this exercise together. Here is subject plus verb plus object. This is the component of sentence. Let's do it together. Here it will be, and I would like to say that when we put the color before the noun, this is the color here is treated as an adjective. Okay, here it will be this is a red circle. We say here there is a red circle. Okay, a red circle. So the color treated with noun is a treated as what is a as an adjective. Okay, type. So this is a red circle. So here the color treated with noun is an adjective. When we want to make a question, we replace the verb instead of what? Instead of subject. Like what we say, how many balloons are there? Here is we say how many balloons are there? How many balloons are there? Balloons. How many balloons are there? How many balloons are there? How many balloons are there? And I put question mark at the end of the sentence. Okay. How many balloons are there? And I put question mark at the end of the sentence. Okay. Don't forget to if we have a question, if the sentence is a question form, don't forget to put the question mark at the end of the sentence. Let's continue the rest of the exercise. Here we say, what can I write here? I write here, there are 3 rulers. There are how many rulers here? There are 3 rulers. There are 3 rulers. Okay. We must take care when we write 3 and there. There is a difference between them. 3, I write it like this. R and adding double E. Here, when we talk about there to be E, R, E. The R is separated E and from the another E. But here, 3, it have double E. Okay, so we must make a difference between. When we write, make a difference between when we're writing there and when writing 3, and because some of you can have misunderstanding when we write there and 3. Okay, so here we'll say there are 3 written like this, 3 written like this. Okay, I would write it here separated, 3 written like this, and they're written like this. Okay, this is the difference between there and 3. Okay, if we have a mistake between them, this is called there and this is called 3. Okay, here when we say here this is green, I write here this is green, this is green, this is green. I say here this is green. It's a simple sentence, and you write it in the exam. Don't make any mistakes in spelling or in grammar structure. We say this is green. Okay. Let's continue the rest of the unit. Here we say, in this part here, we say there are. Here we say there are 3 bags. Is it 3 bags, 2 bags, 5 bags? I can count it and select the correct one. 1, 2, 3. So the answer it will be the first one. There are 3 bags. What is this? It's yellow. It's yellow. What? The yellow circle. Is it green? No, it's not green. I'm sorry for this mistake. I will continue. I will resume the lesson. I'm sorry for this mistake. Here we say this is what? This is yellow circle. So I select this one. So let's go to another one. Here we have 10, red, and balloon. Which one is 10? This one. So I select 10 by this number. Red, this one by this one. Red. Balloon, this one by this one. Let's go to another one here. Today we end from unit 2. Next class we will go to unit 3. I hope to benefit and enjoy our video today. Thanks a lot. Until you meet again. Goodbye.